back to Good Day Stateline. We are very excited that we drove to the Volo Museum. Jim's here, how are you?
Great, I'm glad you're in my neck of the woods.
I know, it was not that bad of a drive, so if
No.
you're coming from Rockford, super easy. You take like 4 turns, I don't know, it depends on which way you go, but there's so much to see here. We're in the up and coming room right now, right?
Yes, so this is all like the debuts. We have a brand new vintage ice cream parlor that'll be open this weekend. On top of that, we have a Fast and the Furious exhibit coming. So all these are hero cars. These are ones that were actually featured that Vin Diesel and Paul Walker drove. So this is one of them here. We have one of the cars. This didn't actually go down in the Titanic, but this is the exact replica. There's only 2 of these in the world. We have Duesenbergs, which are like $500,000 incredible cartoon-looking machines. And then the movie Ford versus Ferrari over there, we have 4 hero cars that those were actually the cars in all the promo and in the movies as well.
That was a big movie.
Yeah. So yeah, all of these are up and coming, probably late spring, early summer, but we're putting them all here just so that when you get in here, you kind of see we're not stopping. We have so much stuff
I was just
coming
gonna say,
up.
like, you literally could just come to this room and enjoy yourself, but this is what, a 10th of the museum?
If that, yeah.
All right, so you're gonna have to lead the way.
Yes, okay.
I don't
so
work
I'm gonna
here.
show you, this is up and coming, but I want to
Okay.
show you some of the stuff that we have that you can come see now,
Okay.
actually. So it took about 3 years to fully restore this, fully operational. I think it's a 1927 or 23, fully hand-carved working carousel. Back in the day, there was hundreds of manufacturers of these, and they were all over the country. Now there's only about probably 30, I want to say. So we kind of recreated this room to be like a Coney Island kind of amusement park thing. So we have the Penny Arcade. These are all street orchestras. So before there were DJs, you either saw orchestras or really nothing. So this is a fully functional, every single machine in here is fully functional but the token. But there's probably 100 instruments on this, all hand carved. They're really loud because they were placed on the streets, so people would, I don't know, what do you, bebop or what was the jitterbug?
I wasn't around back then.
So you were jitterbugging in the street to these music machines. So we have, you can kind of see them in here if you look through the thing, but they're these old machines that you put in a nickel and you watch a movie, but it's basically just a bunch of sheets of paper, but they go really fast. So they have peep shows, Dr. Office, Babe Ruth, Charlie Chaplin, Felix the Cat.
That's so
We got this really cool collection of this stuff as well.
That is so cool.
So on top of, they're kind of placed throughout. So we have Zoltars and all kinds of cool penny arcades. So a lot of these are just old, really old arcade games. Some of the first original ones, which you can see, I think. So yeah, we have, I mean, this is one of 17 rooms. I think we have everything from boats and campers from the 1920s that are just almost flawlessly kept. They're incredible, and they're some of the only ones in the world that we have.
What a cool place to come in the summer too, because you have to kind of walk to the places. Right? So summer's coming up, a road trip here would be awesome, and you can see this all. What time do you guys open?
10 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day.
So 7 hours
7 days
fun.
a week. Yeah, and it's a full day. I mean,
it is.
Why we wanted to put the ice cream parlor in was just, we're seeing that. It's a full day, and especially on a nice day like this, you could walk around, you can hang out in the courtyard. There's big playgrounds for kids to run around and burn off energy. And then there's a lot of walking, so we have wheelchairs accessible too. Now there's something for everyone. So if you're 2 or 92, there's something here that you'll find interesting. And then we have oddities, just the weirdest collection of random cars, including the SpongeBob car. So Jay Orberg and George Barris are 2 designers that just came up with all these crazy things. So this is, you sit up on the top, it's an actual fully functional hot rod. So you sit and you climb up through the shoe up to the top and you can drive this around. This has been featured on a bunch of different internets. We have the tumbler from the 2005 Batmobile. What's cool about this one is this is really the only one on display outside of Warner Brothers. So this was screen used, it was used in the movie. And they make like 4 or 5 of these for the movies because some they used to jump, some they used to race, some they used to crash through walls. But then we have all these crazy cars. So this was, Jay Orberg is one of these car designers that just love to make roller skates and just these crazy elaborate cars. So this is a fully functioning piano like we saw in the carousel room, but it's also on a fully functioning hot rod as well.
So safe. So safe.
And if you look on the right side, down this whole line, these are all Disney parade cars that were used in Disney World. So we do a full Disney parade that we're planning on doing this summer as well. So on this side, it's a lot more kid-oriented. All of these are vintage. When they first came out, late 50s, early 60s, all of these are token operated, so the kids can ride all of these. So the movie Cat in the Hat with Mike Myers, they spent like $1.4 million building this insanely it's fully functional. And it's used in the movie for less than a minute. And so this is the actual car and the actual costume from the movie. What's cool about this car is not only does it look amazing, there's 2 wheels in front and 1 in back that swivel. So you can do like full 360s. And these are kind of the same thing. A lot of these rides are coin operated. Some of these we're still working on, refurbished, or just haven't been able to get them to work. But these were super sketchy in the 50s because this is all this kid, you know, and these are like aggressive rides.
No,
some of these go up super
belts.
high and move. So after a few lawsuits, they kind of pulled back the reins on these. So they're not, the ones that you see now at the stores are not.
They're a little different, not as cool.
We have animatronic, we have the Beagles, we have 3 more where we first started in the pizzeria, and then these are individual. You got an Elvis and a Michael Jackson one. These are all token operated too. So these are from like Chuck E. Cheese and Showbiz Pizza. And this is kind of a taste for our Jurassic Gardens. So there's animatronic dinosaurs. We have about 40, 45 animatronic dinosaurs that we have in a separate building.
Even more of our trip to Volo in just a minute. We'll be right back with more Good Day Stateline.
Yeah, I'm hanging with Good Day.
And Jay Oberg, again, this is one of these, the roller skate and the piano car.
This is a
another
guitar.
one. So this is a fully drivable hot rod. So all 6 of these wheels steer, so you can literally drive this. It's crazy. It's a dedication to Johnny Cash.
So cool.
And then we have 4 showrooms of just classic cars. So it's anything from these weird roadsters to a ton of muscle cars. We have an insane amount of collections. We sell about 50 to 70 a month. So we buy them as much as we'll go out to auctions and buy them in bulk. Grease Lightning and Batmobiles, and this is kind of where you get into the TV and movie cars. This is actually Elvis's car.
No way.
We had a show about 3 years ago called Volo House of Cars. I think it was on the History Channel. It was like a 6-episode series. It's still on Amazon. But one of the episodes was about finding this car, and it's actually Elvis's car and how he found the paperwork and found it in a barn. It's pretty cool. A lot of these are barn finds, which people have or collectors have, and it just kind of sits for like 40 years somewhere.
Until somebody finds it.
And then we have the Time Machine, the DeLorean. That's one of the favorites. And then the Ghostbusters one as well. And then all of these cars were actually used in the Fast and the Furious movies. So that's for the Fast 1. That was Vin Diesel's car. That was actually the hero car, the screen-used one. Same here. I think they had 3 of these. 2 of these were totaled, and then 1 was for the green screen. So Paul Walker and Vin Diesel just sat in this one for all the green screen stuff. So this is really one of the only surviving car from that actually is in good shape. And at the end, that was the last car Paul Walker used before he passed away. And that was actually parachuted out of a helicopter. So I think they had 5 or 6 cars in Fast 7 that they actually parachuted out of a plane. No CGI, all legit parachuting, so you can still see the clamps and stuff that they put on there.
Yeah.
We have a Land Cruiser from Star Wars, the original Star Wars from '77. James Bond Transformers, Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds. That's a replica. That's not the original one, sold for like $3 million or something like that. But a lot of these they use for promotional things as well. So they might have a certain amount of cars that they use, but they're licensed for movie premieres and things like that. So it's to a T exactly what the car was for Eleanor. So this is all the classic cars. We have another showroom of cars that are newer than '85. I mean, some of these cars are just sort of, this is $200,000 custom chopped up crazy.
Shiny.
That's I think $380,000 car. This is a
bathroom.
Jet-powered outhouse. So it's a full jet-powered thing. So this is an actual picture of him driving, and this jet fuel is going through here. The problem was the first time that he drove it, it tipped because of the, inertia or momentum, and it tipped forward. But he had no way of going outside of the door, but it tipped forward, and he was just covered in jet fuel, so it basically could have exploded. So they started putting trapdoors here. But we have a V8 powered bar stool that we're going to race against the outhouse in the summer. So stay tuned for that. Over the years, we've had, countless celebrities come through here. So not only celebrities in movie, Universal Studios. Stephen King has rented the Christine car for another movie. Ladies, welcome to Jurassic Gardens. original thing was just to have it outside and just have some statues, and our train tour would just go through and you'd see some dinosaurs. And then we came across these, and we're like, these are way cooler.
Yeah.
So they're all they have motion sensors and they're foam, so they, you know, a lot of them will breathe and blink, and they're a lot more lifelike and realistic. So kids just go bananas for them. So we kind of set up this tour. So not only can you see the dinosaurs, but we have a fossil dig behind you here, so this is all included. So you can sit here, and normally this is covered up, but kids have brushes and they can, you know, be their own
Find
little
the
archaeologists
fossils.
and find fossils. And then 40 plus dinosaurs that we have here, but some are small, some are set up as scenes, some are humongous.
Some are scary.
Yeah.
Some are not.
And it's really amazing. I think kids have just gotten desensitized. There's 2 or
they're
3
probably
year olds that
not
I
scared
thought
of
were like,
anything.
you'd be terrified, not one of them. More
This
terrified.
one's breathing, I saw it.
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus is my favorite.
Fun fact, their brain is about the size of a ping pong ball. And all of these plates, which they thought were embedded in their skeleton, actually float on their skin. So when you see the fossils, they're always separated.
Oh, wow.
So they weren't actually connected to their... And because we live in a social media world, we try to set up a lot of photo ops in areas
Yeah.
where not only do you have keepsakes instead of just standing in front of a dinosaur, but it helps
Right.
promote our thing too, because they'll be up on Instagram, you know.
It's the place to be.
Jurassic Gardens is separate from the museum, but you can buy combo passes. So for like $30 or $32, you can see everything in the museum. And it's definitely a full day's worth of stuff. We're going through so fast, but like the stories on each item and how they acquired it and how they found it, and there's just so much. And we have a little Raptor Pen Arcade. Those take tokens, but they're just kind of like more video games, a little bit newer, but kind of vintage video games. And we have an old school Jurassic Park with the square TV, the tube TV from the 90s in here.
So tell our viewers who now really want to come here
Yes.
how to get tickets and how to take advantage of this entire experience.
Yeah, so volofun.com, and that has the classic cards if you want to buy one, if you want the dinosaurs, or if you want the museum. It's all under volofun.com, and you can kind of just play around. The tickets are there, memberships are available. They're super cheap right now, so get a membership and just come back here all the time. If you get a combo pass, you can come back the next day for free. So if you're here for a weekend, or if you want to make it a weekend, they have an antique mall, which we haven't even touched, which has like 400 vendors. There's like 7 miles of antiques. So this is a full day, this is a full weekend worth of stuff. So definitely volofun.com, check it out, you won't regret it.
There's even more happening in Volo. You absolutely need to make some plans to visit that museum with your family. Coming up next on GDS, it's Spirit Day. We're making banana cocktails with Winnebago County Casa. Don't go anywhere.